Hey everybody, how we doing? Hello, hello. Is everybody well? Red Tails, hello. We've got a Purpley Spark. Thank you very much, Purpley Spark, for the 62 months. What an absolute superstar. Thank you, Purples. And Arby, hello. How are you? Is everybody all right today? Is everybody well? Is everybody well? Have we all had a good evening? Have we all had a good morning? Is everybody well? What are we all up to? We do need a few. We've got a few things that we need to catch up on today, so I'm going to catch up and see if there's anything on the Warhammer pages, and then I also want to go through the projects on my Discord as well, just to kind of see if there's anything on the projects that you've all been doing. So if you have been doing stuff, throw it up in the projects section on Discord. Yeah, how's everyone doing? All good. Nice one, Arby. Nice one. Cheers everybody. So I am quite tired. I'm quite tired because I didn't sleep particularly well last night, and then I had to get my car off to an MOT, so I was doing the MOT prep and everything for all day yesterday. So got the car all sorted, dropped that down for an MOT, walked back. Sorted a few little bits and bobs out on the desk and the painting desk. Made some soup, and now I'm streaming. So that's cool. So at some point, if I do get a phone call, I might have to scoot off. And go and pick the car up from its MOT. But I did ask in Discord. Whether I should stream before I know if I need to pick up the car or not. And therefore have to leave whenever I get a phone call, or stream after I go and pick the car up, but it'll be a later stream. And everybody just said do both, so I'm gonna try and do both. Trying to paint some bits for a Wild West game called Dead Man's Hands. Oh, nice. Dead Man's Hand. I've not heard of that one. Wild West. What are the models like? Are they good? I do like a bit of cowboys. I do like the cowboys. Pistols at Dawn. Clint Eastwood. They're small.
Well, fucking finally.
Hey, Pebbles, how are you doing? Pebbles, thank you very much for 62 months. You're used to 40k hero scale. Yeah, like, it is quite scary when you kind of go to the smaller scale stuff, like the true scale things. Particularly, well, just like true scale stuff. Like I painted some. Oh, what's the Malifaux? I painted some Malifaux because they got some really nice models. I painted some Malifaux and they are like proper true scale. Well, not proper true scale, but very, very much closer to true scale. So the heads are tiny, the hands are tiny, the weapons are tiny. So I think I quite like it. And then also, it's the same with Horus Heresy. Horus Heresy is just a little bit less hero scale than 40k. So I quite like. That's one of the reasons why I quite like 40k as well. It's just pulled back a little bit in terms of scale. So yeah, I mean, I did the scale video for that reason, to try to explain why I like the less cartoony 40k stuff, or rather why I like the less cartoony Horus Heresy stuff over the 40k stuff. But yeah, definitely. How are you, Purples? Purples, I'm going to do some project showcases, so we're going to go through the project planning page in a second. So if you've got anything that you want to throw up in there, then please do. But yeah, I don't know what else is. Is on here. Actually, nothing. There's nothing on here. So we got some more events and custom markets and crazy conversions. So nothing really. Just some more markets. Some people have converted some more markets, which is a market kit, which are cool. Okay. So nothing on Warcom today so far. I'm pretty good. Are you feeling better? You weren't very well yesterday, were you? You weren't feeling very well yesterday. Doesn't sound particularly good. The other thing. So this is the bust. Some of the busts that I was looking at. So this is one that I've ordered. I've ordered that one. Or, well, they're sending me that one. I also kind of like these two as well. I do quite like the Witch Hornet and the Witch Horn 3. That one probably more than that one. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the One-Eyed Owl. But that one's quite cool. And then obviously I've got the Artillery Witch, and they're sending the Nun as well. They're sending me the bust of the Nun, which is cool. There we go. There's the Nun bust. So that was quite funky. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? I have got the Dark Elf Lord here. I'm definitely going to do a video on this with the plan to kind of modernize it as much as I can, because I do really like the pose and everything is really cool, and arguably the sculpt is really good, and the head is actually better than I was thinking it was, so I might not have to take the head out. But then I kind of want to talk through this on stream when there's lots of people in the chat, so that we can kind of brainstorm and stuff on that one. Artillery Witch, a sandwich acquired at long range. A sandwich acquired at long range. Right, let's get some music on. God, I am tired today. I am tired today. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on my phone in case I get a phone call about the car. Where's the music? There's the music. Let's get some music on before I get shouted at by the Olivier. And then yeah, I think I'll try and stream I'll try and stream this evening, so that's the plan. So we'll probably just kind of do like a bit of a community catch-up and chit-chat with a little bit of painting to that now. And then I'll do some like proper painting. Well, not proper painting, but I'll do a little bit more of a painting stream this evening. I think that's the plan. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll see. Right, shall we have a look at... Where's Discord? There's Discord. Kapow! Buzzcat! Is that Tato? What did you call it when they stick the tongue out? Bleb. Is Tato blebbing? Or whatever it was. God, he's really fluffy, isn't he? It looks like Poe. Is it Tato or Poe? It looks like Poe. It looks really pale. Check those whiskers for Whisker Wednesday. Whiskers. Although it's up on your, like, I didn't think Poe came up on your desk, so maybe it is Tato. Can't decide. Can't decide. Is it Poe or Tato? The light is playing tricks because it's making it look really, really colourful, which suggests that it's Poe. But I thought it was only Tato who came up. Do 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 do. Look at these. These are fantastic, aren't they? They're really cool. They are very cool. That's one Blood Bowl team that I haven't got. Although to be fair, there's plenty of Blood Bowl teams that I haven't got. I've got the elves and I've got the undead. The vampires are cool. I haven't got the Tomb Kings yet either. Although the Tomb Kings come in the box, don't they? I do have the... Oh. A third party Tomb King team. I can't remember what the sculptor's called. I love the colour on that. I love the colour on these. These are looking fab. Rawr. Rawr. Battles with a bad toothache lately and was really not up with doing much apart from building my Necrons. Nice. Yeah, the Necrons look good. I'm jealous of that. Jealous of that Nightbringer. So cool. So cool. Is the pick, is that Tato or Poe? We were trying to decide, or I was trying to decide. Because the lighting makes it look like Poe, but I didn't think Poe jumped up on your desk much. So I was thinking it was Tato. That is Poe. Oh, Poe's up on your desk. Like the lighting kind of suggests, because she looks like really colourful and pale. Compared to Tato. But I thought it might have been a trick of the lighting and it was actually Tato up there. She doesn't visit my desk often, but she did last night. Oh, super cool, super cool, super cool. Whiskers. Very cool. Very cool. Takes us further away, and she's right below the desk light. Yes. Yeah, that's why. Like, I didn't want to assume. I didn't want to assume which one it was because I thought it looked like Poe, but then I know Poe doesn't jump up very often, so I thought it might be a trick of the light, and it was Tato underneath a bright warm light or something. Not really anything going on, and it's Thursday as well, isn't it? I was hoping we might get like another lot of Custodies or something. I was hoping we might get Custodies Terminators drop or something. I suppose we've still got a couple of hours until, because they tend to do like a 4 o'clock post as well, don't they? Tend to do like a midday post and then like a 2 o'clock post. Like all the Necromunda stuff. We haven't had any Necromunda previews in like forever. No, we haven't, have we? We definitely need some Necromunda stuff, and I need to. I was watching a Ninjon video the other day, and he had a colour scheme that I quite like. So I'm going to steal his colour scheme and apply it to all my Ash Waste Nomads, and see how it comes out. So yeah, I'm going to steal somebody else's colour scheme. So, yeah, I've built most of my Ash Waste stuff. So they just need pepper painting, and I think they're perfect for this color scheme. It's like yellow. It's like a yellowy brown color scheme, but with like purple undertones to add some interest and stuff. I was thinking maybe using my Delac cloak colour scheme for the Nightbringer. Oh, that sounds cool. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, it sounds good. From mahogany to light red. Yeah, so if you do mahogany at the bottom, you can then have the scarabs really contrasting and bright against it with the green, like glowy green scarabs. Spouse suggested black to purple, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, black to purple is quite cool. So black to purple is actually what I did with. Let's come down to the desk, because there's not really anything. There's not really anything on the on Warcom at the moment to kind of talk about. There's nothing really happening. There's not a lot happening on Blue Sky or anything. I am live on Blue Sky, as you can see. So yeah, there's nothing happening on BBC or anything. So let's bring. Bring this in. Yay! So you kind of torn. I mean, black to purple. So black to purple is how I did my Morgan Ra, but it didn't suit. It didn't suit what I was trying to do with the Eldar. So that's why Morgan Ra got kind of changed to just kind of jet black. I've got some cool things to show you though, because I have been working on filing away some metal on certain models over the last couple of days. So I do have some cool stuff to show you. Let's just get rid of all the metal bits. Okay, so we've cleaned her up. So she's had her hair kind of sanded off and cleaned up. So she's all cleaned up and smoothed off. So she's ready for another prime. And then check this one out. It'll be black top and then going to purple for the bottom of the cloak. Why that way round? be doing what he did to replicate the Instagram reels. Yeah, why not black at the bottom and purple at the top? Because then you'd have natural shading. You'd have like an overall that way round, because it's unexpected, like I did for my Delac. Yes, it's unexpected, but then you're going to have to highlight the black on the... Yeah. Hey, Alfredo, how you doing? So yeah, this is... Here we go. Filed it down, so it's a much thinner sword now. Yeah, the Delac do look cool. Yeah, the Delac do look cool for sure. I also did the trident, so the trident is nice and thin now as well. So that was all sanded down. And then that's her little back piece, so I've sanded that so that it's pointed on all edges, so that's ready to go back in there as well. So then we have a Lilith ready to go. You hate highlighting black, and that will be a pain in the butt. So the one that I kind of want to do as a bit of a stream idea session, I've got to drop her in the paint stripper, because as you can see there's still little bits of paint on her, so I'll drop her in the paint stripper so I can strip her off even more. But I think she's really cool actually, and I do actually quite like the face and the head. I wasn't expecting to. I thought I was going to have to kind of carve the head out, but I don't actually mind the head. So it's just, at the moment, the idea is just to remove the arms. Commissar, how are you doing, crazy man? How are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. The head is surprisingly good. It is, isn't it? It's a weird one. It doesn't look like the paint job on it doesn't look great, but it's actually fine. So if I just remove the arm there and remove that arm there and have the cool, crazy big shoulder pads, I think that's that should turn out quite well. Crazy, how are you doing? Just finished my pack of 10 pests. Oh, nice! Pointy boobs are so typical of that era. I mean, the Drakari stuff has pointy boobs now as well. Has she got pointy boobs? Yeah, she's got pointy boobs. And where's the one that I was painting? Oh, is it the... Oh, that's who it is. No, hang on, where is it? I thought there was one that I was painting that had... Oh, it's that Archon. There we go. Yeah, so it's very pointy boobs on the current Dark Elder as well. I think it's the shoulder pads are the bit that I like this model for. So yeah, I want to... What I want to do is cut the arms off, sand and file the bottom of the shoulder pads, so we've got that really cool shoulder pad silhouette, and then add some arms on. Like, I definitely want this arm dropped down, but we need to decide. We need to kind of decide as a community. Well, you need to kind of. I thought it'd be really cool to ask you questions and kind of decide what weapons to give her. And then I'll record it on the video, YouTube video, of course. But Like, is she going to end up with a whip? Is she going to end up with a sword? Is she going to end up with claws? Is she going to end up with a blast pistol? Like, there's all sorts of... Is she going to end up with a spear? There's all sorts of weapons that I could give her, so... The technical term for pointy boobs is Dagmars, named after a 1950s US TV star. There we go. Going AL veteran tactical squads for fun. Oh, nice. I'm doing great. Have a bank holiday in Mexico this weekend so I can work on my Heresy Black Shield army. You're doing Heresy Black Shield? Nice! So that's Alpha Legion. Nice. The name was used for many American cars in the 50s that had chrome points on their bumpers. Oh yeah, Dagmars. Anyway, I think actually in hand, I think it's actually a really good model. Yeah, so actually in hand, I think it's a really nice model. Now, I'm curious what the kind of the scale is, because like this Lilith is so tall, she is super tall compared to an Eldar. So she's a crazy scale. So I'm kind of curious to see what the scale is like for this Dark Eldar Lord. Should I take a pic of my Necrons and add it to... Yeah, definitely. Create a Necron project page, and then we'll show that one off, because that would be quite cool. Oh, look at that! Boom! Bang on! Bang on scale! Bang on scale! Oh, I like this model even more now. I like this model even more. So the idea for this model, for those of you who weren't around when we were talking about it, is I did this model a while ago because it's one of my favourite Archon sculpts. So that model is an Archon sculpt from like 2002, something like that. Probably before that, 2001, something like 2001, 2002. So this is an Archon sculpt from 2002, somewhere around there. It's really cool, and I've kind of brought it up to modern day standards by adding Incubi back pieces to it, an Incubi head, and a Kabalite arm, and then this is a pin. There's a tiny pin that goes into the hand there. This is a sword from a Wraithblade. So that's a very, very old Drukhari Archon body, kind of brought up to scratch, brought up to modern day kind of details and everything, because the head and the arms and like the back pieces on this model weren't that great because it was fine cast and they were all wobbly and they didn't look that good. But if you can kind of combine them in with all the other kind of current new stuff, you can make a really cool looking Archon. So we were talking about this and we were showing this off because obviously the Corsairs are coming out soon. So whenever the Corsairs come out, I'm going to grab the box, and then because my Eldar are kind of share the Corsair aesthetic because of what I've done with them, I thought I would kind of start prepping a load of my Eldar so that when the Corsairs come out, I can do like a little video. And then it kind of descended into, well, actually, if I've made an old model, the Archon, if I've made that Archon look cool, I wonder what I wonder what other old models I can make look cool. So this is Lilith, obviously. I've started to paint her already, and I've just kind of gone back and addressed and improved as much as I can the old metal models. So we've thinned down the sword loads. I might still thin it down a little bit further, I don't know. It's already a little bit weak, so I don't want to kind of thin it too much, but I could thin it down a little bit more. So I thinned down her sword. I've also thinned down and pointed her trident as well, so now her trident has a point as well, look. And then I've also added a blade edge to all the blades that stick out from her back, which look really cool. So that's Lilith. I've very, very quickly cleaned up Cruella as well, so she's just been sanded a little bit just to remove some of the horrible cast bumps and things. I don't really know what to do about her hands, but then I remembered this Lord, because it's cool because it's got the massive shoulder pads, but I didn't know how kind of good it was. So anyway, I picked one up, and I thought it would be really cool to do like not like an eBay rescue project, but like an eBay rescue project. But taking this cool model and bringing it up to kind of modern day standards and everything. And originally I thought, well, I'll remove the arms because the arms can get replaced, because obviously the scale and the detail that you can get on lead is nothing like what you can get on plastic now, and we'll do the same with the spear. And then I'll probably remove the head. And actually, getting her in hand, she's A, fantastic, it's a really nice kind of sculpt and pose, and B, the head's actually not that bad. The head's actually pretty cool. I do quite like the head. I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to, so I might not have to carve out that head, which is good because there's a lot of hair coming over the back of this side of the shoulder pad. So the only difficult bit here is going to be this part here, where I've got to sand that or file the gun back to the shoulder pad once I cut it all off. But the idea is I'll drop her in some biostrip, because I've got a pot of biostrip over there, so I'll drop her in some biostrip just to remove the last little remnants of paint from her, because we want to show her off on a YouTube video, so that'll be quite cool. And then I'll get it up on stream and we'll do some kind of mock-ups and see what models, see what weapons and things we can give her, and see how cool we can make her. And then she can be another Archon for the... we might even... I'll tell you what we might do. Oh, that would be really cool. I'll tell you what we might do. We could cut the boot off. We could cut her boot off, lift her boot up, and have her leg coming out so that she's standing on a tactical rock. She could have her foot on a tactical rock. That would be really cool. Because that would be easy to do. That would be easy to do, and that would be quite funky as well. So yeah, and then I'll record it obviously for YouTube, and then we can get it up on YouTube as a bit of a model rescue / revamp. What do they call it when you do a car? Not a resto mod. There we go. So it's a resto mod Dark Eldar Lord. But she's really nice, and I do quite like her hair in the kind of pose that it is. So that's the plan. I will drop her in the bio strip just before I go and pick up my car, whenever my car is ready, and yeah, I think it'll be quite cool. What do you think? Does everybody like that? Should be an interesting little project.
Rude alert, abandoned shop.
Hey,
this is not a
how you doing,
daffodil.
Avian?
Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
There you go. I was just explaining, I don't know how much of that you caught, but yeah, I was just explaining what I want to do with her. She's actually really nice, dude. She's really cool. Work. Are you work now? Work. So I'll drop her in some bio strips so I can get this last little remnants of paint off her. But yeah, I think if we remove both arms, remove this little bit of, I don't know whether it's a power cable or whether it's like a tassel or something that's on the end of that. I think it's supposed to be a power cable. So I'll remove that power cable, remove that arm, remove this arm, leave the head, probably cut that foot off, but we'll kind of talk about that. because then we can repose it so that it's standing on a rock, and then I can just sculpt the leg back in. But A, she's really cool, and B, she's bang on scale. Look, she's bang on scale, which is really nice. Not taking into account the massive gun, of course, because the massive gun is obviously out of scale because they couldn't do tiny details on metal. But yeah, even the head is actually quite nice. I quite like the head. Keep original. Is it worth more? So there's two ways of thinking about this. Lilith. So when we were looking at Lilith, and no, it's not worth anything. This was nothing. This was £10. So it's not really worth anything. To answer the question of like keep it original, this model, so Lilith, I was umming and ahhing, and I want to try and get this across in the video as well when we record it for YouTube. I was umming and ahhing about whether to cut the sword off and replace it with a plastic sword, because it would be dead easy, because I've got one here, look. It'd be dead easy just to cut the sword off and replace it with a plastic one, right? Just dead easy, super easy. And the same with the trident. You could cut the tip of the trident off if you wanted to and just put a new spearhead on it. However, Lilith is such a kind of an iconic, well, it's not particularly iconic, but this model and version of Lilith is so iconic. I kind of wanted to keep that silhouette, so I didn't want to alter that silhouette too much. So all I've done is thin down the trident so it now has a point to it, and thin down the sword as well. Believe it or not, that sword was about twice as thick as that. It was really, really chunky. I'll probably thin it down even a fraction further as well. So I've kind of brought the old sculpt a little bit closer to modern day stuff in terms of how thick the sword is and things, and the blades on her back as well, but kept her silhouette, which is really iconic and cool. Now this one, I'm not as attached to her silhouette in terms of, I don't think I need to keep that weird trident, and I don't really want to keep that weird splinter pistol either. A, because it's massive as well. So the only thing that I'm kind of tied to and attached to on this model is the pose is quite cool. I like the pose, but the shoulder pads are the things that I want to keep. So I really want to keep the shoulder pads. If I can keep the shoulder pads, that's the iconic part of this model for me. So I was going to cut the arms off, cut the weapons off, replace the arms and weapons with something that fits in exactly the same way that we did with that one. So this one was about 2002. So this is a 2002 Archon, which I've replaced the back banners for, because the back banners were fine cast and they were all wobbly, so you replace them with nice new plastic ones with lots of detail on them. You replace the head with an incubi head, which looks really cool, and then you replace this arm and this sword, so that's a Drakari arm, and then this is a sword from a Wraithblade, and now it looks like it lands properly, so it looks like it's part of the universe. Whereas that, no matter how I paint it, is not going to look part of the universe. But I think what we can do, and that's the plan for the video, is to try to respectfully get this model and bring it up to kind of modern aesthetic. So that's the plan. She has Madonna Katy Perry size bra. She does. Yeah, we have mentioned the pointy bra, which is rather cool, and I do like it. And I think I think the sculpt is actually pretty in scale if you ignore the weapons. So I think the sculpt is pretty spot on. And actually, as I was saying earlier, I quite like the face sculpt as well. So I might not have to cut the head out, because I was going to replace the head, and I was going to kind of drill through and kind of file away all the hair and all the head to leave the shoulder pads again, but I don't think I need to. I think that head is and also the head is kind of part of the little bit of a bit more of a an iconic look as well. If you leave the head, then that kind of keeps that old aesthetic and the old look of the model without kind of intruding too much on what we're trying to do. So yeah, I might leave the head. The shoulder pads are amazing, aren't they? The shoulder pads are the important thing for me. The shoulder pads are the iconic thing for me that I really want to kind of keep. That's why I've got this model. So this model is all because of the shoulder pads. Because if you imagine that you remove that, if you remove that there like that, and you remove that gun there like that, like look how big those shoulder pads are going to be. So one thing I don't want to do, and like we'll do this when we get more people on in chat. And the chat is a little bit busier, and I've also stripped it a bit more because I want to kind of talk to you guys. I'll probably even do the intro to the video with you guys on the stream, with Twitch chat on the stream and stuff. What I want to do is have this arm drop away down here, away from the shoulder pad, so it emphasises that shoulder pad, because that shoulder pad is going to be so good, kind of coming up. You can imagine this silhouette here. If the arm is coming down here and it's holding a spear across her back like that, you've got that cross against the line of the shoulder pads as well. So you've got the shoulder pads going that way, and then you've got a spear hopefully behind her like that, and then this will be a really strong silhouette. Could cut yourself with those pads. That's the plan. Because we're also going to kind of clean all this edge up as well and make that super smooth, like we've done with Lilith's sword. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to drop that in some bio strip. Just waiting to hear if my car has passed its MOT. So at some point I'm going to have to go and pick up the car. But I'm going to stream this evening as well, which will be good. Can you imagine her doing the catwalk, rolling her shoulders as she walks? You would have to, yeah, that'd be awesome. Some bystander is killed by them. That would be very Drakari as well, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I think it's fab. I think she's really nice. So I want to clean her up so that we can kind of present her to YouTube properly and neatly. Yay! How are you doing, Sexy Science Hannah? She would definitely slay. That's the plan, I hope so. Are you looking to drive yourself nuts? And I've polished a few older metal edition bits, but that's an engineering job. That's a lot of work, and I have a 99 cap that's got his own 99 cap that's got his own mods. I think. What's a 99 cap? She's gorgeous how she is. I mean, she's all right. I just want to improve her. I'm just going to improve her. That's that. Like I can't make a YouTube video about, hey, look at this model and then paint it. That's not going to make a cool YouTube video. So yeah, I'm going to improve her. That's the plan. There are plenty of people who will get that model and go, that's really cool. I'll paint her as she is. But I really want to improve her in the same way that I've done that Archon. I think they would be really cool as a pair. So that's the plan, Troy. Yes, I will be cleaning up the metal in exactly the same way as I've cleaned up that metal. That surface was all nice and clean. Same with that surface. Same with that surface. If I'm painting a nice metal model, I will prep the surface as much as I can. It's just prep. It's just prep work. You have to prep everything. You just how much you have to prep it. You don't have to prep plastic models too much. You obviously have to, if they've got two shoulder pads, if their shoulder pads are in two pieces, you've got to kind of prep that join line on the shoulder pads. You've got to prep a lot of the removing the mold lines and things. So there's always prep for every model. It's just that some models might need a bit more prep. But then we're converting this one model, so this one's going to need even more prep. Add the Bionic Woman intro before you show the snipping of the model. Bionic Woman. God, that was cool. How are you anyway, Troy? You all good? Purpley Spark, Sexy Science Hannah. Have we got any H&M breaking news, Hannah? Is there any? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't. I'm getting carried away already. Look, shouldn't have done that. What are the Dremel is great for, and Brat. Do, 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 do. Yeah. I've got tools coming out of my ears, dude. You're fighting Iron Warriors next week. Oh, nice! Sweet. Yeah, I've got lots of tools. I got lots of tools. I'm not short of tools. I'm not short of tools. I'm not short of anything I haven't got. So yeah, that'll be a really nice little project. I think I'm looking forward to doing that, and that will coincide with the Corsair stuff as well. So the Corsairs will come out. I'll try and do some videos of the Corsair things, and yeah.
HNN breaking news. The Hannah of Wrath will fight the Wrath of the Hannah next wheel.
The Hannah of Wrath! There is something special about bringing older models up to modern times, but it's a pain. So, there's been a few mentions of like it's a pain in preparation. I really enjoy the preparation and stuff, and the building and converting and cleaning and everything. Like, cleaning and prepping resin models is also takes a while as well. Like cleaning resin models takes a while because you get mold lines in really weird places. So there's prep everywhere. So I'm really looking forward to doing it. I think it'll be really cool. It's not the first model I've done like this, so
What's the plan then?
I think it'll be really interesting to do.
Winchester.
How are you doing, Asmodai? You all good? Whiskey, how are you? How are you? Just be careful with any metal before the 90s, it may contain lead. Chats if you're into it. Yeah, Troy, don't worry about me, I'm all good, dude. But I will be very careful. Yeah, this is 1999, this model. I don't know whether it's got a date on it. There we go, Games Workshop 1998. Came out in 99. Tired but grafting, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Mr. Whisk. Yeah, we're all good. I like this is part of the hobby that I really like the converting and the cleaning and the building and the sculpting and everything like that. Like I really like that kind of thing. Chris lit plenty of lead models back in the day, can't you tell? Can't you tell? Can't you tell? Do 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 do. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm gonna look forward to doing it with you guys, and you can kind of suggest what weapon she ends up having, whether that's a spear or a trident or a sword or a pistol or a blaster or whatever. I don't know. We can find something for her. but it's got to kind of match the aesthetic as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. We'll see how well you recommend and suggest things, chat. I was back there with him, so I cannot tease too much. Oh yeah, I mean I handled all the old LED models, so it's not like I've been there, done that. It's not like I haven't been there, done that. I was in the hobby like way before they stopped using LED. This one won't be LED either. This one, I think this one's 1999 as well. There we go. So this one has got 98 on the tag. Came out in 99. 99 was when the 3rd edition box came out. I want Chris to upgrade an old Space Marine Demon Prince. Oh, the old metal one. I love that one. I nearly did that, you know, Avian. I nearly did that because I really like that model. Yeah, I really like that model. Yeah. It's a really good one. Remember when you could buy bits directly from Games Workshop? Avian, remember when I used to be able to walk into the factory and walk down the lines and just pick bits out whenever I wanted? Yeah, I remember that as well. Mail order trolls. Some of my really good friends used to work on the mail order troll phones. It never made any money, that didn't, so that's why that got dropped. But yeah, buying individual bits was really fun. I did that many times. I've still got one of the old mail order troll boxes because so it used to, if you ordered something, because it used to be that you could order things as a staff member for when they came out, and they would bring them to your desk because you worked at head office, so they would bring them to your desk in a mail order box with your name on. And everybody at Games Workshop knew me as Froz. So I had all my deliveries would come in a mail order box with Froz written on the top. So I've got one of those boxes with Froz on because it was a box that I kept and it was quite a large box. So yeah, I've got a mail order troll box with Froz on it. Froz, it says Froz UK Design Studio. Games Workshop Lenton, and that was one of the boxes that they used to bring to your desk. It was internal post. You were a Frozzy Bear. Yeah, I've got original LED Dark Angels in stripping and repainting, and I'm fine. Now time for my daily elation treatment.
I'm also God's.
Oh, it's Aeldari. It's Aeldari. How's the vehicle? I don't know. Nothing's turned up yet. I haven't had a phone call or anything yet. So at some point, I dropped it off this morning. So it probably means it's failed, but I'm expecting it to fail because I think the exhaust back box needs changing. I think it's got too many holes in it. So we will see. Please forgive the stupidity of Avian. I am finally feeling 100% after a flu. Yay! Avian's feeling better. Check your sexy elf girlfriend. Yeah, my phone. Yeah, everybody has their girlfriends on their phone. I clearly have a sexy elf girlfriend on my phone. I've got there's a different one of her. There we go. So I've got two versions of her. That's on the home screen. And that's on the lock screen. Lock screen. Lock screen. Home screen. Anyway. Serious 80s hair. What, on the sexy elf girlfriend? Yeah, I suppose it is. Oh, Tari, do you want to see? Do you want to see the Dark Eldar Lord that arrived today? So this will be the one of the cool videos that we'll do. Probably next week. We'll probably start this next week. I guess my boyfriend is an Imperial Fist Terminator. Yes, Hannah. Fantastic. So yeah, she's arrived. It's a really nice model, you know, Tari. I really like it. I think it's like if you remove the weapons, I mean it's the shoulder pads that I've got it for, right? So if you move the weapons, like the shoulder pads will be a really strong silhouette, and it's exactly in scale. Look, it's nearly exact. Absolutely brilliant, and the head is actually not too bad. So I'm not going to feel like I have to kind of carve the head out. So the plan is, Tari, I'm going to drop this in the bio strip before I go and pick up the car, and then when I get back, I'll probably just kind of give it a quick clean, get the like kind of like the last remnants of the paint off it, and then we're going to do it on stream. So I'll record it on stream. I'll probably do like the intro with you guys in chat and everything for the YouTube video, and then I want to remove both the arms so that we've got the really strong silhouette of the shoulder pads, and then give her two new weapons. Which you guys can help me pick, which would be quite cool. And then I might even cut this boot off. If I cut the boot off here, look, because that's all separate. If I cut that boot off, then I can lift it up and have her standing on a tactical rock, and then sculpt the top of her leg back in. I think that would be really cool, and then we'll try and bring her up to modern day standards in the same way that I did with that one. And then they can be best buddies. 100% cute. Yeah, the shoulder pads are the reason why I got the model, so the shoulder pads aren't going anywhere. I don't remember the mini, but it feels very nostalgic. So this mini came out with the Dark Eldar range, that when the Dark Eldar range came out in 3rd edition. So the 3rd edition Warhammer 40,000 box launch. Yeah, really cool. Anyway, how are you, Tari2? Tari22? Everything alright? Everything well? I guess I've never paid too much attention to the Dark Eldar. I mean, the Dark Eldar, when they were around, was they were a bit different. Yeah, fine. Heavy meeting day today. Oh no! Loads of meetings. Loads of meetings for the Tari too. Yeah. And then I've also, Tari, cleaned up Lilith's sword as well. So Lilith's sword is now like half as thick as it used to be. Still pretty thick. I still might kind of take it down a little bit more, but it's looking pretty good. And I also did his trident as well. She's cool. She is proper cool. Just never been my bag. No, well, like there's some really cool models from the range, but then there were lots of models from the range that were a bit weird, and they were very of the era sculpted. I mean, obviously, obviously, you got Cruella and stuff, but I think she's come out quite well. And I want to talk about and include her in the video as well, because like I wanted to try and respect the nostalgia and the silhouette of her, because she's a really kind of classic and iconic character, model, pose and everything. So I didn't really want to touch the silhouette of her. I just wanted to kind of improve it by thinning down the sword and things. Whereas that model, I'm not as attached to like the weapons and the pose and things. I just really like her torso and definitely the shoulder pads. So I wanted to do something and try and have the shoulder pads. Yeah, Lilith had 3 models and I've painted all of them. Which is fab. And then this one will be finished up, of course. Now, particularly now that I've sanded down all the swords and things. Be really nice. Something hormonal sculptors. Now, did Malice have a model before now? No, Malice has never had a model. Malice has never had a model. She's had a piece of artwork, she's never had a model. Yeah, no, she's never had a model. Trying to just make sure. I don't think Malice has never had a model, so she's only got one. She's only got one, obviously this one. Yeah, we were looking at the Warcom. We did like there's not much going on. We had a quick kind of flick through the Warcom stuff. I mean the market stuff's quite cool, but like most of this is like just kits that have been painted up quite nicely. My god, makes me feel as old as Rogue Trader was going out for White Dwarfs to Forge World, and I started a little into White Dwarf for Second Sad to Lost Print copies and story building to Dark Eldar. I like that they're talking about conversions and kickbashers though. That's right. Yeah, that's very true actually. Well, that's not as rare for Necromunda. They do tend to talk about conversions for Necromunda a lot. That's just all the Necromunda kits just painted up, which looks great. Not saying they don't look great. Necromunda is all about conversions, right? I mean, kinda. Like, if you're not converting with all your Necromunda stuff, you're kind of doing something wrong, in my opinion. Necromunda's amazing. Does look really good, doesn't it? I quite like that one. But then I really like that Hab Center anyway. That's a great kit. I think that looks really cool. But yeah, there's nothing really going on them. Oh, more Night Lords. More Night Lords. Oh. So what's this one? The Night Lords at Thramus. What's this one from?
All hail and Aeldari II, High Empress of all the stuff, God's favourite princess, ruler of all the castles ever built, painter extraordinaire, super duper extra nice person, and artillery tarry for Trench Crusade. Fuck. Moo. Tum.
Oh, they cut Thramus into 2 parts.
Christopher, Project Smile.
Project, so we can go and have a look at projects again now, which will be cool. Here we go. Yes. Necrons. Bebop. Bebop. Thank you, Olivia, for announcing the Tari 2, the Empress. Thank you for announcing the Empress. So is this the... Is this the combat patrol? That's the combat patrol, right? This little bit here. I think that's the combat patrol, just the destroyers. And then this was this the old combat patrol? Yeah, this is all your Necrons. Need to add best Night Lords army in there as well too. Oh, have you put some more piggy to the Night Lords? Fantastic. Oh, is that a battalion box? Okay. So is this whole thing a battalion box? The rest is Indomitus and another starter box. Oh my god. And another starter box. Wait, what? Doesn't look like enough models for all of that. One day I will return to Necrons. Necrons are awesome. This is awesome though. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so good. The Nightbringer. Ah. We bought the Doomstalker to complete the combat patrol. So it's a battalion box, Indomitus, and a starter box. This is going to be horrible to transport. Why does everybody say that? Why does everybody say? Is that just like a? Is it an in thing to say? Like as soon as a model that's like that cool that comes out and is like big and impressive, everybody always says, "Oh, it's going to be a nightmare to transport, though." Lots of spindly thing. No, it's just what I thought of. Everybody always... it seems to be a thing that everybody says now. Oh, look at the model. It's going to be a nightmare to transport, though. Yeah, look at that, though. It's fab. Okay, so here we go. I can see how it would be a pain to transport. How do people transport their models, though? Because I don't have problems transporting my models. So how do people transport? Are we still putting models in foam?
Probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat.
Hey, teeny tiny.
Normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
So if you're still transporting them in foam cases, I can understand the difficult to transport thing, because you've got to kind of like put it in a foam case, and you can easily like snap things when you're pulling it out of the foam, and it can snag on the foam and stuff. But I thought most people like have trays, like magnetic, like the magnetic stuff is all the foam, is all the rage these days. So having the model on a magnetic tray, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to drop off anywhere. Like, is that not what everybody's doing? Are we scared of the models because they're in foam trays, or like, what's the worry on? Because I'm just genuinely interested. Like, what's the worry on transporting them? Also, a lot of people like go to meet people and play with their models, unlike Chris. I've taken 2,000 point Necron armies across London in rush hour on the train in a rifle case, an ex-army rifle case, which I modified during the coronation, which I realised as I got to London was probably a bad idea, because the ex-army rifle case was still all marked up with all the army rifle markings. So yeah, I've transported plenty of things. Needs a tall box. It's very tall. You think? Yeah, it was probably a bit of a mistake. So how would you guys transport that? So Chris is a bit of a muppet, just a little bit.
Check gallery, Christopher. I show my carry cases.
Awesome. How would you guys transport that? Was just thinking, did the cops say hi? Luckily, they were all at the coronation, so I didn't have to worry. I think I might have been like I must have been on the other side of London or something. I can't remember where I was. I was at the West Ham Stadium. That's where I played the first London Grand Tournament. So I was at the first London Grand Tournament, and that was at the West Ham Stadium. Yeah, I was carrying a rifle box full of Necrons across. Really useful boxes and magnets. Okay. Well, this is the best time to commit crime. That's what I use for Moonstone. So what you're saying is we shouldn't be listening to your assessment of risks. It's as tall as a night. It is as tall as a night. You got foam cases. That's why I said my comment. Okay. No, that's cool, Arby. Like I'm just wondering why it's still a thing. I'm just wondering why that's still like a perceived, not like criticism, but a perceived comment about models of this ilk. Because I don't run into that problem really. Because it's a genuine concern. But so that's my thing. Like I'm wondering why. Like why is it a genuine concern? Because I look at that model and I just think, oh, it's amazing, and like. Games Workshop plastic is so not brittle and very kind of bendy and forgiving that you could hold that and like waggle it around on the base and it wouldn't like snap or crack. One of our local Games Workshop employees used to dump everything into a cardboard box. He has now upgraded to a really useful box. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen. It tends to be Tyrannidal Orc players. I've seen them just have like a box and they just like pour all the orcs. As soon as an orc dies, it just gets thrown in the box, and it's just like a big pile of orcs in a box, and they just pull them out when the next game is ready. Yeah, I mean the carry cases. I think if we go and have a look at Perp's carry case, because I think that there we go. Look, so these are really nice Perps. So these are the carry cases that I kind of imagine everybody has now, which, in my opinion, are not difficult to transport at all. Like you just stick it on a shelf in a box. Yeah, these are really nice cases, Perps. Where are these from? These are really nice. I want one. Do they do a tiny one? Do they do like a half size one? They're literally from Amazon. They're really nice Perps, so they're well made. There are 6 trays total, 2 are used for something else at the moment. So, if you put the Nightbringer in there, he's not going to get damaged, and I wouldn't say he's difficult to transport. 6 trays per case. Trays look like baking trays. Yeah, they're just like. I would imagine what the company's done, is they've found metal trays, bought them en masse, and then made the plastic case to fit them. But then I suppose they could also like build the whole thing and then just stamp the trays out as well. Like they could probably make the trays themselves as well. But the thing is that those models are so tall you can barely fit anything other than them in the case. Does that make them difficult to transport, or does it just make it? Yeah, okay. I can see that. I can see because they're so big. Maybe. Can fit a whole army or 3 tall models. Because it means more cases. So is the issue that the model is tall rather than the model is spindly? If you have an army, yeah. Both. These are really nice perps. These are really nice perps. I'm going to find them on Amazon. I'm going to find them on Amazon, get my affiliate link, and then post them all over the internet. Clear model case metal. Holy shit. Well, that was easy, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. No, it's not quite yours, but that was just like the first one that was literally just at the top. It was literally just at the top of the search. So yours hasn't got yours hasn't got the black handle. Yours has got like a silver handle, but that's still pretty damn cool. I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to get that one because that one will be a Canadian only thing. I'm guessing they're slightly regional. Well, that's the only one. Oh no, there's some more. Oh, there it is. Wow. Oh, standard. Oh! Wait, what? There's a few around today to magnetic stick, and their boxes available. Definitely look around. Oh yeah, Troy. I know there's tons and tons of cases. I just really like purples. I was just going to try and find purples. That was all. Yeah, you have one with a bag and one without, because you only need one bag, right? They're fab. Wow. Just in case anybody's interested and you're not, I don't magnetise my bases. Oh wow. Right, well I am, because I can go to here, click on that and go, there's my Amazon link, so that's my affiliate link. So I can now just do that. And then if anybody grabs it, that would be really cool. They're awesome. What was the other one? What's the difference between that one and this one? Because this one's way cheaper. Is this one smaller? Do you think that one's smaller? I couldn't do clear cases. I'd get mugged walking to the gaming club. I could see, because they're screwed together, right? I could see priming the inside. I can see priming the inside of like the base, the back and the sides, and leaving the top and the front clear. Maybe the quality, maybe. Put some LED strips in it. I mean, that would be... Look at the photo. I'm looking at the photo. A venerable ultramarine T-72. I always bring a bunch of dreads without legs and several WW2 tanks. Dreadnoughts without legs. Yeah, it's very funny, isn't it? I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Oh, excellent. It's a T-55, which is also not a World War II tank. It's also not a World War II tank. It's actually a T-55, which is also not a World War II tank. H&N breaking news. Absolutely. Well, perps. Thank you very much for that. That was really cool, perps. So that's Perps's carry case. And there's Perps's really cool Nightbringer. God, that's so bloody badass though, isn't it? Is Chris being a sassy chicken? No, I'm not being a sassy chicken at all. Not at all. Especially not to Sexy Science Hannah. Our Sexy Science Hannah does not deserve sassy chicken attitudes. That is not something that we would do with Sexy Science Hannah. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. And yet you're a sassy, flightless bird to me on the reg. What? I am not. I am not. Look at that as well. Tari, were you here when we looked through your project things? Because if you weren't, you are now, so we're going to look through it. Neither do I, and yet here we are. I do quite like that model. I think that model's kind of cool. I do think that model's kind of cool. He used to be such a nice ball before before he started the Raven Guard. I used to be really nice before I started the Raven Guard. Got all the gene stealers. You know what you should do, Tari? You should get some Necromunda gene stealers and mix them in. Because the Necromunda gene stealers are amazing. Just saying. Just saying. Where's my Necromunda gene stealers? Documents. YouTube thumbnails. Where are they? Is it called Gene Stealers? No, it's not called Gene Stealers. Did I call it Necromunda? Necro, no. What the fuck did I call it? Tyranids? Did I call it Tyranids? Hang on, let me just see if I can find the... See if I can just spot the thumbnail rather than scroll through things. Where is it? There it is. What was it called? Oh, Malstrain. Yeah, of course. That's really good naming, Chris. That's really good naming. Way to go, Chris. Brilliant naming.
Secundus, Chris. Read chat.
No, I called it Malstrain. So that is a Malstrain Gene Stealer with an actual Gene Stealer head, because I didn't like the Malstrain heads. So it's dead easy. They fit pretty well, but I think they look amazing. Well, that's their name. They are Malstrain Gene Stealers. Yes, I know, but I just thought I would have called the file Gene Stealers or something rather than Malstrain. So I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. We know you can't reach out. I was looking for the file. I can't do 3 things at once. You've got those, have you, Tari? Do it, Tari. They look great. I like them a lot. Hey Mala, how you doing? Mala might be under Old One Eye. Chris, what rhymes with orange? Blancmange. Lots of things rhyme with orange. I'm good, my friend. Excellent. I'm so glad Space Marine 2 doesn't have Gene Stealers. Skill issue. But yeah, the Malstrain Gene Stealers I really like. I think they're fantastic. I just didn't like the heads, so I swapped them over and I gave them Gene Stealer heads. Right, let's turn that one off. Let's go back to painting. Yeah, there we go. About to come into some good fun money on what am I going to be painting? What am I going to be painting, Mala? What am I going to be painting? You are lucky as well, because we are just finishing up a commission as well, so we could get you in pretty quickly. What do you want me to paint, Mr. Mala? Are we painting for you or your lady? 2 things if you're down: a new Nightbringer and Fulgrim. You want me to paint the Nightbringer and Fulgrim? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah! Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I remember now. For my Necrons and Space Marines, I both both the Indomitus box and the Command Edition box. Oh, that makes more sense. That makes more sense, Perps. That makes more sense because I was like, I knew you had the Combat Patrol, but I kind of remembered that you built it because of stuff that you had, so you added to it. So you didn't actually buy the Combat Patrol; you just have the Combat Patrol models. And I knew you had Indomitus, but I didn't know what you added. Been playing a lot of 40k. Nice. Nice. Well, I mean, somebody has to, right? Now he can read chat. Guess he just doesn't like me. CNNEODN. Kneodn. Kneodn. Kneodn? What's Kneodn? How are you doing, Manaringo? You just added the Doomstalker for the Combat Patrol. It was cheaper. Nice. So you had Indomitus in the command box, and then you grabbed a Doomstalker as well. Perfect. Local shop has a tourney every month. It's been fun playing other people than my friend. Fantastic. That's really cool. I'm glad your local shop has got some really cool tournaments and events going on. That's good. So, Nightbringer for you, Fulgrim for your lady. Is that the way it's going to go? Fulgrim's lovely as well. Which are we doing? 40k Fulgrim, or can I interest you in the 30k Fulgrim? And I added the new Battalion Destroyer box because they had it available at my FLGS when I went to grab my Nightbringer. Nice. I offended the timecode police. I got messaged by the head of ops. Wait, what? 40k Fulgrim is what we have. I bought Mira Fulgrim last year. Nice. You have to send it to me. Okay, yep, no worries. That sounds like a plan, Mala. Yeah, definitely, dude, definitely. Mia Melody is in the house. What are we working on today? We're working on ladies, Mia Melody. We know how much you like ladies in 40k, so we're painting more ladies basically. All the ladies in 40k, all the Space Marines, all the female Marines, all the lady Marines, everything. You're down for watching Chris paint Fulgrim? Nice. Well, that's good because it sounds like I'm going to be painting Fulgrim. I wanted the Locust Heavy Destroyers because they look so freaking badass. Yeah, the Locust Heavies are fab. I do like the Locust Heavies. I think I've got 6. I've got 6 Locust Heavies. I've got like 21 Ophidians. Hey Shirato, how you doing? Wait, where did you get Lady Space Marines? This is an official Games Workshop Titus lady. But which Fulgrim? Avian, we've just had this conversation. I didn't know Madonna was in 40k. Yes, she is. Yes, Madonna is in 40k. This is Target. This is the model. This is the model that we were talking about the other day when we were doing the conversation about the old Dark Eldar models. It looks badass. Thank you. Yes, Titania. It's Titania. It's Titania from the Raven Guard. She's pretty badass. She's pretty badass, to be honest. Mad Donna, I have that many. I need Mad Donna again. I don't have Mad Donna. She looks like she snorts drugs in the bathroom of a 1980s nightclub. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Car, 1 second. Be right back. Hello, it's Chris.
Hi Chris, it's JH Motors.
Should be muted. Should have been muted. Okay, I think you got it. You think you got what? I'll be down for some female Chaos Space Marines though, if they got them heals. Me and Melody is absolutely obsessed with heals. Yeah, you muted. I didn't mute. I changed scene completely. Not Chris. If you have to pay them over the phone, do not put your credit card on camera again. Right, I'll be back in a little while then. So the plan is, I'm going to go pick up the car. I'm going to drive it back, bring it back, and then we will stream again. So rather than having like because this one, I thought this one would be like a bit of a chit-chatty community catch-up stream, just telling you what's happened today. And then this evening I was going to do some actual painting. So I'm going to go pick the car up because it's past its MOT. Surprisingly, it's actually past its MOT. Stay on the BRB screen, don't end the stream. Really? I'm going to be a while. I can leave it on BRB. What do we reckon in chat? Shall we leave it on BRB and just leave the stream running? How long are you going to be? Like, I'm going to be like an hour. Well, I was going to be an hour, and then I was going to like cook some dinner, and then I was going to stream this evening. But if you want me to leave it on BRB and then just, I would stop stream so we get notifications. Stop? Hands up for stop? Is stop alright? Because then I can get a little bit of dinner and then we can stream into the evening like properly. I'd stop streaming if you're going to be more than 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to be more than 40 minutes. It's going to take me half an hour to walk there. Right, okay, cool. I am going to be right back then. I am going to drop her. I'll drop her in the bio strip now. And then when I get back with the car, I might just give her a quick clean. So then she's kind of ready to go again. And then see how much of the paint gets rid of her. But then we're going to paint. We've got Shirato's Archon to finish up. So we're going to probably paint Shirato's Archon tonight and finish that one up, so that we can kind of bring him up to Lady Malice's level. Might as well get started on planning. Nice. Stop. Save the planet. Not to be annoying. Yeah, have a proper break. Right. Okay. So we're gonna go do that now. I'll finish the stream, and I will drop you a message in Discord when I'm back and when I'm gonna start streaming again. Okay. So I'll be a little while. I'm gonna get some food in before. Once funds are available, I will get you funds and ship the box to you. Oh, Mala, I'm so excited. Yeah, that sounds really cool. That sounds really cool. And Mala, I finally get to paint the Nightbringer because, spoilers, Mala, Games Workshop didn't send me the Nightbringer. They sent me Ultramarines instead. So I'm a little bit grumpy that I haven't got to see the Nightbringer. So it'll be really cool to actually paint it. So I'm excited. Thank you very much. Right. I haven't picked one up myself yet. So, right, yes, I'll be back. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you very much, everybody. Won't be long. See you in a few.